If you're experiencing a writer's block, or if blank pages scare you, or if you just have no ideas today, you found the right video. And as a little bonus, you'll find out why every piece of beginner's lyrics sounds just like every other piece of beginner's lyrics. What I'm about to show you is just fail-proof, meaning you just cannot not come up with lyrics. As always, I'll let this version of me wait for some inspiration, while we'll find out if there's a better way. By the way, I'm Vadusha, and I'm the best expert on lyrics in the entire world, and maybe even on YouTube. Let's go! As always, you free associate, starting with a mind map. We need a topic. Let's Google a topic. Random word generator. Generate. Chimney. Glance. Exaggerate. Sip. Once you got that, free associate. Make sure everything stays on paper or in your computer. Sip. Glass. Drink. Vodka. Tea. Coffee. It's kind of hard this way, right? You can use a spoon to sip or a mug. Nothing good so far, but that's just the first step. These are level 1 associations. One step out from the initial topic. Sip. Drink, sip vodka, sip mug. But if you go mug, handle, glass broke, glass window, glass walls, glasses, half full, half empty. Now here's where it gets interesting. These level 2 associations, the ones that are 2 steps out from the initial topic, they are more specific to yourself. They're not something everybody could come up with. As I mentioned in the previous video, if I say Ireland, you think green, beer, grass, leprechauns. But when you think further, if you think leprechaun, you might have very different associations from what I have. Same here. If I say sip, probably most of you thought about mugs, spoons, coffee, tea, drinks, cocktails. These are the thoughts you have first when you hear the word. So level 2 makes a huge difference. So if you go drink, you go in the desert. Swallow, bottle, eat as opposed to drink, right? Drunk, cocktails, margarita, Long Island. These are all I know. I'm a cocktail expert, trust me. Mug, handle, office, always dirty, right? Or am I the only one not washing my office mug? This can go on forever. That's enough. Remember us staring at a blank page? No more blank pages. There's a bunch of things to choose from. You have plenty of things to write about when you think sip. Not just these couple of words, but a huge amount of words. You would have to filter those down to a few select ideas. And these level 2 associations are something less predictable. Because if you say sip and then you say drink or vodka or glass, it's something you think of immediately. But these guys over here are less predictable. These associations here are exactly what makes your song unique. And that's why any beginner's lyrics sound the same as every other beginner's lyrics. Because if you're a beginner, you're unlikely to use a structured approach. You use your intuition, and you probably never map your associations. And that's why beginners tend to stay within the level 1 associations. And if you take a step outwards, that's what's gonna make your lyrics unique. That's what's gonna make your lyrics different from mine or from anybody else's. You might have noticed it's a bit difficult to come up with associations just like that, from scratch, with no framework. A good idea is to structure those associations. Because when I say name a word, it takes you a couple of seconds to come up with one. But when I say name a word that starts with N, it's kind of easier, right? Then when I say name a country that starts with N, it gets way easier. So you structure your associations. Let's see if it gets easier. And by structure, I mean categorize. Come up with categories that could help you. Here's my list. I stole this device from Breaking the Comedy's DNA, the book. It's a tool used to write jokes, but here it works for songwriting as well. So first, think of people. A bartender, alcoholic. Who else sips? Frank Sinatra. My memory of Frank Sinatra is always on stage with a glass of whiskey. That's enough. Kind of easier, right? And way different from all of what we thought before. Another category is places, which gives you a bar, cafe, restaurant, on the go. Kinda not a place, but who cares? That's enough. Events associated with sipping. Prom, wedding, college. It gets more alcoholic the further we go. You might think of a personal event you remember from your experience. Then you go idioms, which could be quotes, proverbs, any phraseology you like. Idioms with sip. Aim bonecta, something from the Greek mythology. Bend an elbow. Cold turkey. Wet your whistle. There's quite a few associations here, right? Pop culture is another category. Tony Stark had problems with drinking. And by pop culture, I mean songs, movies, anything that goes with it. Hangover, which not only is a pop culture thing, but also a phenomenon. You could go more specifically into the books category, like The Great Gatsby, or think of other books that imply drinking. Once you're done with these, you could go linguistic relations, synonyms, antonyms, genus term, and species term. Synonyms: sip, drink, take, in. Or you could go to a synonym dictionary. Drink, taste, sample, sup, slurp. You got the idea. A synonym is a word that has somewhat the same meaning, not necessarily exactly the same, but somewhat the same. An antonym is a word with the opposite meaning. So sip, spit out, stay sober. Thirst, gulp, because you sip slowly and you gulp quickly. Genus term, meaning a more generic term for sip. Kind of difficult to do with sip, but if you had something like a sofa, a genus term would be furniture. Now, kind of think of it as a online shopping thing. Like if you go to find some guitar parts, if you go to fingerboards, a generic term would be wood parts right here, and a more generic term would be tone woods, and a more generic term would be things used to make a guitar. And if you go fingerboards and go to species term, you would have unsorted fingerboard, a violin fingerboard, ebony custom shop you get the idea. Let's continue. Perceptions. And this is a category that contains categories. All the feelings you have. So you have feeling of taste, smell, touch, hearing, vision, and a feeling of feeling. And then you go sip, tasting something that you sip. Sweet, sour, hot, cold, salty, strong, watery, you name it. Then you smell alcohol, poignant, smell funny, burn, nose, touch, it's wet, probably cold, slimy, sticky, you get the idea. Hearing, bubbles, you hear this, what's the word for slurp. Vision, those drinks you sip are normally fancy, transparent. Or you could go more specific and describe exactly what you sipped on. Feeling loose, relaxed. Or if you sip on some coffee, you feel concentrated. You just go on with that. That's infinite. Any other category here. So you go perceptions and you describe the topic or the keyword you're trying to write a song about. You describe it in terms of perceptions. Associate against those perceptions. And if you apply the level 2 associations, you go from cold, winter, thermometer, brrr, running, nose, so you expand on that, and these are way more unexpected than these here. Another thing you could do is topic crossovers. If you hit a topic that looks like you could work with it, like this half full, half empty thing, and you go argument, love, and there you got the topic of love, and you make it the central topic, and you free associate from love using all the same techniques, and you have the same kind of a mind map for love. Run through the associations with love and see if any of those match these here. You might find some more matches other than argument. Flammable, on fire, you're hot. Alcohol, get drunk from love. Relaxed, calm, sweet, wanna taste your thirst for you. When you've mixed love with sips, you have a nice crossover. You can break my glass, but please don't break my heart. Make my head go round. The stronger our love, the weaker I get. We're trying to stray away from something overly sexual. Right, that's enough. We just start copying these in our text document. Now that you got these down, you might be thinking, please stop, that's enough. No, there's one more. This could be enough, but it's not. The last thing you do is prioritize. You make sure that only the best ideas stay. You let the weakest ideas go. Sometimes it's difficult. You cherish all of your ideas. You don't want to throw away the thoughts. So just go ahead and categorize your ideas into completely genius, totally worthless, and some middle ground. And don't be afraid to have a lot of worthless ideas. Sometimes you just sit there and try to not come up with stupid things. Try to keep these to yourself and never say them out loud. Never put them on paper because they're not worth it. Make sure you put them on paper, because once they're out of your head, they make room for something else. You come up with new ideas and they might not be complete rubbish. Alright, let's go through the list and categorize. The ideas I like, ideas I think are worthless, and the ones I don't know about. I like this one, that's a nice metaphor. I like this one, it's about a glass as well, so it ties together nicely. This one, this is kind of too commonplace. Make my hair go round is a nice one as well. I have a thirst for you, not sure about this one. Once you've categorized your ideas, just let the worthless ones go. Delete them, forget about them. Then take the middle ground ideas, copy them somewhere. Just keep them in a separate document. Maybe I'll need them sometime. Save them, close them, forget about them. I promise you'll never see them again. This is just for you to feel safe that those ideas are somewhere. You're not losing them completely, but I promise you're never ever addressing them ever again. Right, you're left with these ideas. It's easy to complete the song with these. You follow the script from the previous video, you rhyme backwards. I got a thirst for you. Let's make this a chorus. I got a thirst, I got a thirst, I got a thirst for you. This one's a chorus enough for me. Now let's take pick the one that is more emotionally charged and put that in the very end of the song, the strongest position in the song. Our love is like some good old wine. It always makes my head go round. Mine is a nice rhyme here. Round, found. Want to stay with you. Stay with me. The mine. Mine is empty. Yours is half full. We need a rhyme. Wet. Filling glasses. Hands sweat. Full. Wool. Bull. Bag full. Handful. Jewel. School. Rule. No kissing on first date. The silliest rule. Repeat the chorus. And then you got this ending. Don't break my heart. Probably something is falling apart. Falls on the floor. Door. Walk out the door. Love falling apart. Right, the meter's a bit off. You can fix it in post. No more blank pages. No more writer's block. We had to choose from a bunch of ideas to pick the best ideas and let the weaker ideas go. So how we ended up there? We took a topic, we free associated out from the topic. We used level 2 associations, associating out one step further to make our associations more specific to ourselves. Then we structured our associations: people, places, events, idioms, pop culture, books, linguistic relations, and even perceptions, including smell, vision, taste, feeling, hearing, touching. Why am I touching like that? I'm always touching like that. Then we looked if there's a chance for a crossover, and we found a crossover with love. And then we scanned our associations for anything that seems love related or that seems a metaphor, and we ended up with a bunch of associations, many ideas that we had to filter. We categorized them into 3 groups, leaving just the best ideas. And they are not the best ideas in the world, they're just the best among the rest. We deleted the worst ideas and we saved the middle ground ideas for later, and we worked with the ones we deemed the best. And then we just completed the lyrics with backwards rhyming. I explained what this is in this video here. Pretty easy, huh? If you're still watching and you didn't skip a bit of the video, thank you very much. I really appreciate you watching through all the videos and sharing them, liking them, and subscribing. I wish you all a lot of creative success, because you're awesome. You are.